the guys at 6'6", number 20.
Here we are over halfway through the season right now, Stan, and these teams have certainly come a long way to this point.
Well, Kevin, every season is a journey, and you have to applaud the work ethic of these guys to keep competing even as the wear and tear of the season adds up.
The starters for the Utah Jazz, we've got Keontae George, Bailey out there with Walker Kessler. And it's Reeves in at the shooting guard position.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Kay, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great example there of the way MP's game around the rim continues to grow and develop.
George passes to Kessler, and Kessler throws it down.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
White finds Brown. A fader. The rebound by the Jazz. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. The Jazz working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. And that one's good, George.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Brown the pass to MP. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from George. From deep. And it's Derek White with the rebound. George against MP. And he makes good on the layup.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Here's Reeves. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Baseline jumper. And the rejection by MP. Here's White. Good work defensively by Reeves. Jazz have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. And it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
And so it's Utah with it. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. George finds Reeves. Down low. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Tatum. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Cruising his way to a bucket. Tatum wanted it, and he got it.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Now, here's George. He's coming off a 16-point game against New Orleans.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Stolen by Reeves. Here's Kessler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on MP. So stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
Now Reeves. After Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
I'll tell you, with those long strides, Tatum gets up court in a hurry.
And so George will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 1. Pass to Bailey. Another miss by Utah.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Here's MP. The shot's good. Brown making the play. 6 points for MP. Jazz trail by 3. Reeves the pass to Bailey. White against Reeves. Takes it inside. 4 on the clock. Here's George. A second chance effort. And it's MP with the rebound.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling. Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Here's Reeves. Hasn't made one yet. Kessler with it. Picked up by Aldridge. Kessler passes to George. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
From past the arc, sinks the triple. George has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Jazz.
Well, he's a solid threat from outside the arc. George is a volume shooter from there for a reason.
Pass to Tatum. Now, here's MP. It's hauled in by George. Reeves outside. Now George, covered by MP. Out to the right wing. Hendricks. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Tatum passes to Kay. Back to Tatum. MP outside. Pass to Tatum. The Celtics working the ball around now. Cans it from downtown. MP's got 9 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
George against MP. Kessler a screen on MP. And it's George missing. Boston leading by 3. MP finds White. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by White.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Pass to Bailey. Kessler setting the pick for Reeves. Outside, George jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And White kicks to Tatum. And here is MP. Back to Tatum. Launches a 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Reeves drives in. It's hauled in by Brown. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against Philadelphia.
Yeah, mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of those.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that.
Standing here, not a star in the sky to guide me tonight.
When he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the Jazz call time. The way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch it.
Sam Hauser is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Derek White. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. And it's MP in at the point. He's in the game for the Celtics. That's no basket. His third miss in 8 tries. Pass to Collier. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's MP. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Olynyk finds MP. Outside, White. White gets the screen from Kane. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Sensabaugh. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Count it, good.
Well, listen, White doesn't fear anyone inside. He wants to get down low and cash in.
Pass to Collier. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
MP left side. Here's Olynyk. Olynyk gets a screen from Kane. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 3 assists in the game. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the 76ers played some superb basketball. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and in terms of his shooting, well, mistakes and bad selections were few and far between. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks for the great report. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
So it's the Jazz now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Sensabaugh. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. And here's a look at the power rankings. Now that we've gotten into February, plenty of data to considering to go on. You look at San Antonio, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, the Celtics,
They are tearing it up with the best record in the league. It takes tremendous skill to carve through the competition like they have. So it's been a lot of fun watching them play.
Boston making a switch here. Garza's checked in. Here's Hendricks. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Utah Jazz. A 12-point game. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Kessler. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and the shot is good.
pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now, here's MP. Pass to Brown. And here's MP for three. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Jazz trail by 10. Bailey with the ball. Last time out, he had 13 points. And here's Reeves outside. It's hauled in by Brown. The Celtics have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Jazz have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Pass to Hendricks. On the wing, Reed. Nothing on the board. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Brown dishes to MP. Another miss by MP.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Hendricks.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
MP passes to White. The kick out to Brown. MP dishes to Brown to end the cold streak. And the foul on Sam Hauser. That's his first foul. Keontae George, he's checked in for Collier. Jazz trail by 8. Now Reeves. To the paint. Wants to get it to Kessler and does.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
Mitchell kicks to MP. Pass to Brown. Brown on the move. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Inside. Nice ball movement by Utah. The 3 from George. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 4th rebound in this one. And sometimes, Stan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jason Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill, we tend to focus on the scoring. But Jason Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
Now here's Barnes. 8 points for him. Mitchell finds MP. The 3 is pure from MP.
Well, if you blinked, you missed MP getting that shot off.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Kessler passes to Bailey. In the corner, George with it. Over MP. The Jazz with another miss. Celtics leading by 13. Now, here's Mitchell. Here's MP. It's hauled in by George. Pass to Bailey. Reeves outside. Kessler, a screen on Mitchell. They need this. Reeves can't hit. For Boston, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Kicks it out to Mitchell. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And the Jazz call time here. And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Boston. Reeves can't hit.
Well, I feel for him. He's trying to make a play, but hasn't had an impact this quarter.
White finds MP.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Stolen by Tatum. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The three from MP. And the Celtics hit again from deep. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score. And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by Boston.
They grab their own miss. Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Reeves after the basket by Boston. Tatum on the wing for three. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got his 5th assist in this one. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Pass to Hendricks. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Celtics leading by 22. On the wing, MP. Defended by George. Here's White, and White slams it in.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
Reeves the pass to Bailey. Back to Reeves. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Bailey. Clock at 6. George with no one around. And he's good on the 3-ball. George has got 13 points.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And so it's Boston in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The 3-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, these guys are dialed in, getting to their spots and taking their shots.
Great rhythm to their offense, just like your analysis. And that defense has been powerless to disrupt it.
Well, thank you, Ernest.
All right, fellas. Let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
In that game against the Nuggets, they'll be facing a team that's had a little better year. But this game is winnable if they bring the energy.
Oh, they're going to need more than energy, Kenny. There's a talent gap here.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And the Jazz with possession here. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Walker Kessler. George out there with Bailey. And it's Reeves in at the 2 spot. Hendricks, good.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Round kicks to MP. Pass to White. Brown outside. MP dishes to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Over Hendricks. Tatum no good. Jazz trail by 20. Reeves outside. Here's Bailey. He's covered by Brown. Kessler screen on White. To the inside. Kessler passes to George. It doesn't go for him. Good defense by MP. Pass to Hendricks. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And now look at Jason Tatum here. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. And he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And back to his efficiency from three. As you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball. But really to no avail. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey team, Jason Tatum keeping the main thing the main thing. He said there are players that get caught up in the lifestyle and they choose that over the game. The money is a plus, yes, but I truly love the game because I love basketball, not for the things that come with it. Back to you.
You'll love to hear it. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Tatum looking around. It's off his foot. And it's whistled a kick. Here's MP. He's got 26. Pass to White. 6 to shoot. Tatum on the wing. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And MP throws it down.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
George passes to Bailey. Outside, George. Here's Hendricks. The Jazz working the ball around now. To the middle. Pass to Bailey. Lets it go with the three. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Back to White. Stolen by Kessler. Reeves outside. To the inside. And it's Bailey in the corner. No good on the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Aldridge. Right side Tatum. Brown dishes to MP. MP sets the screen for Brown. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Brown. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Jazz. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Hendricks. The rebound by the Celtics. MP's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Tatum finds MP. Back to Tatum. Tatum gets the screen from Kane. Tatum passes to MP. Connects from 3-point range. MP's got 9 points here in the second half.
MP is a cool customer from 3. Great form from the up-and-coming player.
Reeves in the corner. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. The Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Aldridge kicks to Tatum. Pass to MP. 13 feet away. Hendricks pulls it in.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Outside, George hits the 3-point bomb. George has got 16 points.
Didn't even really hurry up there. George stayed within himself and got it up quick.
It's stolen by Bailey. Down low. The shot by George, no good. To the paint, here's Aldridge. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And it's 6 points for Aldridge.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Hendricks and the powerful one-handed slam.
The assist.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Tatum, that's for 2. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Bailey pass to Reeves. Now Kessler. The 3 from George. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, what I love about MP is he's always working on his game. Every day, year-round.
And Utah making a change here. Filipowski's checked in. Utah's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Pass to George. Here's Kessler. And he comes up with the deuce. Kessler's got 10 points.
Well, you know, this is where Kessler mostly looks to score. Great work inside.
Here's K. And MP throws it down hard.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. George against MP. Now here is George. He's covered closely, and there it is for him.
An efficient finisher inside. George makes the most of the close-range opportunity.
Brown finds MP. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Outside, George. Reeves outside. Kessler screen on White. Reeves can't hit.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
MP dishes to White. Brown the pass to MP. Back to Brown. Here's Hendricks. He's covered by Brown. Pass to George. Here's Hendricks. No one near Reeves as he lets it go. Drills the three-pointer. Reeves has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so the timeout. The Celtics shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. Kenrich Williams out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Mitchell. And it's MP in at the point. That's the Boston 5. The Jazz shooting around 40% from the floor here.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. Barnes kicks to MP. Launches it. It's good from Barnes on the assist by MP. MP's got 6 assists here tonight. And we've seen teams make surprising. Playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectories not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a new year.
Basket counts. Filipowski's got 4 points this quarter.
Skipped it to perfection, utilizing the hard work.
Mitchell dishes to MP. Mitchell passes to Kay. Here's Hauser. And the foul called on Isaiah Collier. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
MP finds Hauser. Here's Mitchell, and he lays it straight in.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him now.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Pass to Sensabaugh. And it's Bailey in the corner. Here's Collier. From outside the arc, MP grabs the miss.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Jazz have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And pushing it up, here's Boston, and it's slammed in by Williams.
Good instincts from MP. That kind of passing wins the respect of your teammates.
The Jazz shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Sensabaugh, covered by Barnes. Pass to Collier. To the wing right side. 4 on the shot clock. No good on the wing 3. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Celtics. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Hauser gets a screen from Kay. Hauser the pass to Kay. And here's Barnes for 3. He can't hit that time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the basket by Bailey.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
MP kicks to Barnes. Back to MP. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Here's Collier driving the lane. Count that bucket. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
MP dishes to Mitchell. And here's MP for 3. And it's Utah with the rebound. Here's Bailey. Pass. To Collier. Here's Filipowski, and he gets it to go.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Celtics have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Hauser the pass to MP. Back to Hauser. Pass to MP. MP sets the screen for MP. That shot is off. Jazz have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. The 11-footer. Here's Bailey. Hauser defending. Here's Filipowski. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Hauser the pass to Kay. Pass to Barnes. Back to MP. Celtics passing it around. MP sets the screen for Barnes. And the layup falls. Barnes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Collier. Inside, here's Sensible. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Here's Cade. And MP throws it down hard.
Fantastic slam by MP, proving how dangerous he can be inside.
For Utah, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. To the left side wing. Here's Collier. Misses the three. Boston's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. And MP with the basket on the assist by Barnes. MP's got 44.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Mitchell kicks to MP. And it's Hauser in the corner. Back to MP. Here's Sensible. Hauser defending. Lets the three fly. Rebound by Williams. Boston's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Mitchell outside. MP deciding where to go with it. It's up a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Collier. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
MP right side. Barnes outside. MP kicks to Barnes. Mitchell outside. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Bailey. Takes it off the glass.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for Boston. Pass to Barnes. Back to MP. Now Mitchell. MP sets the screen for Mitchell. Now here's MP. There's Williams. That one drops for him.
Already showing some solid skills as a passer. That'll really serve MP well in the long run of his career.
Here's Collier. Covered by Mitchell. Pass to Sensible. There's a good screen. Fires for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Boston.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for MP.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Top the key, Barnes. On the wing, Mitchell. MP outside. Pulls up from the corner. Barnes can't get it to go. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They poured it on in a dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. So long, everyone.